you, Stefan, for this theoretical insights in German history and the architectural discourse in the 1970s at our university. But after all this theoretical input, we are now switching to more technical stuff, and I have to present Eberhard Möller and Juan Maria Songel, and they are both engineers. So up to now, we have only engineers as presenters. Eberhard Möller and architects, yeah, but someone who really is building. Eberhard Möller is affiliated to the Karlsruhe University of Applied Science, and his research focuses on the history and innovation of structural design, with a particular emphasis on the work of Frei Otto. He was already part of the team who did the first exhibition. You just have seen the book from 2005 in Munich. And in 2015, he co-edited the monograph Frei Otto Forschen, Bauen, Inspirieren, A Life of Research, Construction and Inspiration. He was my partner in the actual just closed research project on the last witnesses, the physical models in civil engineering. And he brought with him for this presentation Juan Maria Songel, sorry, I cannot really pronounce this, from Valencia. And they both will tell us something about Frei Otto and models and form finding.
London. Das Königliche Institut britischer Architekten verleiht dem Deutschen Frei Otto seine Goldmedaille. Eine Auszeichnung, die vor ihm Kollegen wie Walter Gropius oder Mies van der Rohe erhielten.
The Institute was an experimental laboratory to explore Otto's theory of minimal surface structures, which included membranes, grid shells, cable structures, and pneumatics.
Only once in a generation do people.
Nur einmal in einer Generation erfindet jemand ein ganz neues Universum von Ideen und von Lösungen. Und das war er, Frei.
What's this mean?
I think even from the earliest days of Schon ganz früh waren wir fasziniert von Frei Ottos Fähigkeit, Raum zu gestalten. Diese Gebäude, die gar nicht zu existieren scheinen, so zart sind sie, wie Schmetterlingsflügel.
Almost like butterflies' wing.
You know, it's really, I mean, I think it's tremendous also.
Es gibt wieder ein gewaltiges Interesse an Leichtbau, an Zelten und an landschaftsartigen Strukturen. Ottos Netze und all diese Dinge, die er in seinem Institut gemacht hat, sind wieder sehr in den Mittelpunkt gerückt.
Netting and all these things which he did with his institute.
He's consistently striven to.
Er ist einfach ein Getriebener, der aus immer weniger immer mehr machen möchte. Und er hat nicht vergessen, wie man den Menschen Erleuchtung schenkt. Das sieht man in all seinen Bauten.
Not able to show you the whole movie, great, but we don't have the time, so I'll show you some images. It's about Frei Otto, attention to the work of Frei Otto, about creativity, modeling, discovery, and philosophy. The part of philosophy will do my colleague from Valencia, Juan Maria. I will talk a little bit about tension in architecture and tension in teams. This is your task. What are the answers? Um, ah, yeah, that's better. Personally, I met Frei Otto for the first time in 2004 when we prepared the exhibition of his complete works that was shown in the Munich Pinakothek der Moderne in 2005 for his 80th birthday. We visited him in his atelier in Warmbronn. His atelier was completely full of models. In addition, the models filled 3 garages, 3 bus garages. He explained his ideas, his methods, his projects. Parallel to the exhibition, the TU Munich awarded him an honorary doctorate, maybe not his first one. Frei Otto, we can see that he was born in times of relatively great freedom in 1925. A family of arts and creativity. His father was sculptor. At his age of 7, everything changed for the next 1,000 years, like some people wanted us to believe. This 1,000 years finally ended 12 years later in May 1945, as we hope today. About tension architecture and tension teams. Most of Frei Otto's projects are umbrellas or coats, raincoats, sometimes also wind coats, but only in very few cases insulated coats. He worked with caution, insight, circumspection, and respect. He worked with models and partners, for example, with Peter Strohmeyer. He started with small projects, small but great. Models grew, projects grew, teams grew, scale of the models grew. We are sitting inside of this model. The height grew, fame grew, dimensions grew, span grew, the tension grew, tension in the team grew also. The difficulties grew, the conflicts also. Conflicts in team is inevitable. For example, a conflict about the pretension of the roof, the Munich roof. Montreal, the pretension was about 1 MP. In Munich, finally, it was chosen as 4 MP. Otto wanted 1 MP also in Munich. Conflicts, conflict in teams is inevitable, but it's a good thing because if 2 people in business always agree, one of them is unnecessary, as William Wrigley Jr. used to say. Different points of view, different options, different perspectives are essential for collaborative creativity. I think we have here also different perspectives. Who has the perspective of an architect? It's the perspective of an engineer. Who's the perspective of an historian? Who has no perspective? No. Another one. I forgot a lot of perspectives, I'm sure. Well, it's quite interesting that there was no rules. There were no rules for the required amount of pretension. So it was to choose, and the conflict is still quite open. We know if it would have been possible with the pretension Frei Otto advised. Well, Günter Benisch told us, or told to Frei Otto, as you know, working with you wasn't always easy. I think this is in both directions. maybe. Due to the short completion date of, we were all under a lot of pressure. Everyone went crazy at some point, but thankfully not all at the same time. Despite or because of the conflicts, a great roof. What was the profession of Frei Otto? Architect, engineer, scientist, researcher, developer. Maybe a little bit of all of this. In his main projects, he played a third role, not architect, not engineer, but structural designer. We don't have a word for this in German. He spent also time on compression, starting with ideas and models as always. 2 small lattice shells already in the Montreal pavilion. The projects grew. A great lightweight structure emerged, planned for one summer only, but still there. Delicate, lucid roof that connects nature and culture. The projects grew. The span grew, models and more models. About 100 models only on the station project. The tension grew, the tension within the team again. Form funding was done in collaboration with Frei Otto. The amount of steel, the amount of money, the amount of time grew. Reinforcement of one column has a mass of about, 100 tons. Yeah, you see the 300 tons of steel. The found form was manipulated. I'm sorry. This is my work. Well, maybe this is a sign that I will pass to my colleague